on the Slip and Dip podcast.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Woo! Episode 94, Slip and Dip podcast, back in your life. Kenneth Johnson, Matthew Wells, holding down out of after an action-packed combat sports weekend. Had Mighty Mouse doing his thing. Had Father Tom telling Eddie Alvarez, don't be Eddie Murphy, because you're going to be that way. You keep getting hit like that. And another star performance by Ryan Garcia in the boxing ring. And we got 3 tight guests for the price of one, starting off with a lot of people calling her that, the future UFC, get my shirt, strawweight champion.
There you go. There you go.
Miss Tatiana Suarez, and a good old friend of the show, Eric Anders, who will be at UFC 236. And also another contestant at UFC 236, Alan Joban. We're trying to get these people before they come on, before they go do their thing in the cage, and you can see what they're doing outside the cage. So please tune in here. Matt, I'm fired up. Had a great show. Got great shows coming up. Poaching 100.
Yes.
So we slowly but surely growing the show.
Yes. Amazing episode of interviews coming your way, guys. Especially if you're listening on the audio side. Of course, YouTube, it's all there for you. You already know what it is. But fun episode this week for all of you guys. And of course, we got some combat sports to recap real quick for you guys, as we always do. Let's start the UFC side. Let's start the UFC side.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Shout out to Justin Gaethje for breaking people down like he said he would. Pops to that man. And, I don't think he got but another 2 years left in his career, so enjoy it while it lasts. But as for last night, he was the man. He came in there and made quick work.
Yeah, he did. He didn't waste any time. He came in there and
with bad intentions.
Leg kicked the leg kicker. I mean, Justin Gaethje's a vicious leg kicker as well, so it's not like that was a surprise to anyone. But
it's the way he did it. He did basically he Barbosa.
Yeah. He basically exactly what you said. But yeah, that's always been a strong tool in his own game. And the thing that surprised me the most about this performance from him was that he wasn't pedal to the metal 100% of the time. He took his time, and that's something. If you go back on our catalog, Trevor Whitman said that he was trying to work with him on to get him to slow down in certain spots, and that was the perfect example of that. If you watch that fight against Edson Barbosa, because he was still charging forward, but he wasn't reckless with it. He was slowing down. He looked a lot more calculated with everything, and of course got him out of there with the quickness with that lunging right hook.
And then also friend of the show, Michelle Karate Hottie Waterston. To me, that's the best I've seen Michelle. I told her that after the fight through text, congrats on great fight. She said thank you. She said she'll try to come on next couple of weeks. But she did what she had to do against Carolina. Every time Carolina thought she had a little bit of success, she shut it down. And then when she got on the ground, she beat her up. It's kind of crazy because we know how little Michelle is, but somehow or another, when she get on top of you, people don't know how to get her off her though.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's funny how she always hits that head and arm throw every single fight. I mean, like that's got to be. That's when
the fight changed. It went from competitive to start getting one-sided once she did that, and then Carolina had no answers, and of course we know she doesn't quit, so she kept trying, and she kept paying the price for trying.
Yeah, no, Michelle was controlling great on the ground as well.
Very good
being
footwork,
calculated, being calm. I mean, her technique is always on point. That's why she is so successful, because she's not a big girl. Like she should be fighting at atom weight, but they don't have that in the UFC, obviously. But her technique carries her to victories.
But she had some pop on that punch. She was backing up Carolina last night. I don't know if it's because her technique's better, but her striking was most effective. And to the quote of the day from my co-host over here, Michael Johnson doing Michael Johnson things, had control of the fight, was about to get his hand raised, only to see his spit and his lights go out.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, man. Because he was winning that fight.
Clearly,
he was winning that fight
easily.
He got caught with like one of the most flush knockouts like in recent memory. Like that was just like
that's all different than Wonder Boy.
Yeah, I mean, like that was the Wonder Boy one was like obviously it was a clean punch, but like you didn't feel that impact. Like I felt that impact.
Yeah, like I saw the spit come. I thought it was a tooth. I thought it was a tooth.
It was like, and it froze him up too. Like he was just like, feel it. Like
you gotta get the joystick action.
Yeah, it was a strong knockout too, man. Like strong. Josh Emmett, powerful. And I was like, the whole fight for Josh Emmett, I was like, he was looking like he was trying to time just one big punch, and then it finally came. Otherwise, like he was heading to a 30-27 if he didn't land that punch. But hey, he landed it. He was.
He was though. He was leading with it.
But hey, he found that button. He did find it.
Yeah, on the ONE FC. I guess because I'm new to the ONE FC game, I had never seen it. That was my first thing. The little production is kind of cool, you know. It's cute. It's kind of a little different. Everybody got a little swag. But one thing I do find out about ONE FC, it don't matter if it's female fighters, male fighters. If you go up in that octagon, there ain't no point fighters in ONE FC. There's no such thing as a point fighter out there.
like I said,
the dude came with one. Mighty Mouse. I think Mighty Mouse took more damage last night than he did his whole title fights. Like he looked way worse for wear than after either one of the Cejudo fights.
Yeah, he got tagged a little bit, and he even admitted that. He was like, "Yeah, I got tagged."
He could. He had a shiner. What can he do? Nah, my eye just closed by itself.
Still, I mean, it was still largely a dominant performance by him, and like you see this neck crank, like this guillotine.
Oh, it was a large one. It definitely nasty. That guy looked bigger than him. It means that guy was like, look, like he's a good 10 pounds in real weight.
You got to remember that in ONE Championship. Flyweight in ONE Championship is 10 pounds heavier than it is here in the States. So flyweight over there is 135. So these guys will look like they got a little bit more meat on their bones.
Gotcha. Yeah, he clearly was bigger than the meat.
Yeah, they actually tried to do something about weight cutting, notwithstanding the whole questions about what these guys actually weigh when they do their weigh-ins. That's a whole other issue we're not going to get into, and nobody's really talking about that. But
yeah, but props to him. He did what he had to do. I'm not trying to take away from his performance. It definitely was a great performance. Fantastic. But you see how despite his great technique, but you see with that weight difference how some youngster could come and catch him on the right time and get him out of there. You kind of say he got stunned because he got hit by a bigger person. That's just
I never
genetics.
Thought he was in trouble, man. I mean, like it's a fight. You're
not necessarily last night, but it's due to happen.
You're supposed to get hit in the fight. If you don't get hit in the fight, like
you're supposed to get hit. He ain't supposed to get back halfway across the cage like he did. He got backed up. Yeah. It's different. Yeah. It's different.
Largely dominant performance.
No, I'm not hating on the performance. I'm just saying you see just by sheer size and genetics that somebody could do a Cejudo on TJ on Mighty Mouse easily.
Yeah. In contrast, unfortunately, another big debut along with Demetrius Johnson right before him was Eddie Alvarez, and if I can find the clip here, I don't know if they even put one up, but Eddie Alvarez got taken out. Yeah, here it is. Eddie Alvarez got taken out. He just looked flat. He didn't look like he was like all completely in the fight. I don't know.
He looked like a shot fighter.
I think possibly part of the thing was, I mean, this is my take on it, was that when you're so hyped up about this new promotion and everybody's saying, oh, you're going to go over here and kill it, and then your opponent is hearing this, thinking like he's not going to have any chance, and he's not a young guy, but he's a younger guy. I think that plays into the whole psyche of the fight because Eddie's probably got all this pressure about having to go out there and win. Everybody's expecting him to win.
But it's not his first time to be in this position, though.
Then on the flip side, it's very different because you're in a completely different market again. You're going back to where you used to fight. So everybody's expecting you to come back and do things you did before. And he's older in his career. And the guy that you're fighting against is hearing all these things. Like, oh, this guy's going to come in here and wax me? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm gonna put in this extra hour at the gym today just so I make sure that doesn't happen. And I think that's part of what played out. But to your point, like you were talking about,
it's a young man's game. I Father Tom's been there, top Eddie on the show in my book, but it's like kind of like, bruh, you playing with your life. Go on, stop on your head. You probably a UFC Hall of Famer still. Hey, you got your money from your corner payday. Go on, ride to the sunset. Keep your wits away, because next time it may not be so nice. Because that was pretty brutal knockout.
Yeah, I think the mileage is getting up there, man. Because you got to think of all of the most recent fights he's had. You know, obviously the knockout with Conor, where he got toyed with, was huge. But then he does get the win against Gaethje, but like that was a war.
That was a war.
The fight against Poirier was a war before that DQ.
And he was losing?
He was winning and then he was losing. And then the DQ happened. And
then DQ don't happen, I think he gets finished. Like he would have got done. What happened to him last night was about to happen.
Probably. I mean,
Poirier's about to get him up out of there.
Probably.
We were there. We were like sitting next to each other.
Considering what happened when they actually
we were sitting next to each other for this fight.
Considering what happened when they ran it back. Yeah. And that was a war suit. So, like, he's been in a lot of wars recently, and maybe that damage is adding up. And he's not young in his career by any means. So, I'm not ready to say he's washed just yet, but It's definitely he's on watched alert. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm a hashtag watched alert.
How old is Eddie Alvarez? Eddie Alvarez 30. Is he 36? Is he in that age bracket? I be telling you, when Father Tom just magically seemed to show up in that age bracket and people want to act like it exists.
I don't know. Go to the Google machine. I don't have a computer.
He just turned 35, so Father Tom got him a little early because he been in these wars.
Okay.
But like I would say 35, 30, 38, I'll push it back 36, give or take. But like I said, when you see stuff happen to fighters, why don't nobody have an answer for this question? When you see stuff happen to fighters that you never seen happen to them in a negative sense, getting knocked out, submitted, lose, or whatever, why do they happen to be in these age brackets? No, I need somebody to explain that to me. What are the odds that this happened to all these great fighters when they had that crazy fight, that something crazy happened to them, they're in that age window?
Maybe. There's something to it. There's something to it.
The lady one is still early. I'm going to say this. The lady one is still early, but a lot of our female fighters that come on allude to it with wanting to start a family and just body and genetics. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. Shout out to they have 4 title fights on one as well. They were
Did you watch all of them? Well, I would say about the Mighty Mouse, man.
I can't lie, I tapped out.
Well, but you sent me a text to keep me up. Man, how about you watch those title fights?
I did, and I ended up tapping out. I didn't have any caffeine in the house.
I had no intentions. When Mighty Mouse fought, I was good. Shout out to Bleacher Report for letting us watch that stream for free. It was pretty good quality too. But props to them.
Yeah. Now all the title. I did go back and watch them though. All the title fights were awesome. Shinya Aoki and New. Angela Lee lost her belt. That was a crazy ass fight because she had Nan in that deep arm bar. I wish they had that clip up here. Like it was crazy how she escaped that. And then, of course, ended up eating that body kick. Here it is. It's actually right here. This armbar was crazy. And I don't know how she did not tap out.
These chicks be getting out of crazy stuff over there.
Yeah, they got rubber arms, man.
Like I said, look like she tapped right there.
No, look at this.
It looked like she did, though.
Nah, she was just trying to move her knee over.
That would have been a ring. That would have been a bell up in on UFC.
No, she didn't.
I like how you can hit people in the face and stuff, unlike a UFC.
Oh, you can knee in the head.
Yeah, I like that.
Demetrius was taking advantage of that.
He's like, full advantage. He's like, for all those fools I could do. UFC.
Like, she doesn't get a tap right here. This is crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
Does not get a tap right here. And that's a perfect
torque.
escape right there. Just crazy. It was a great night of fights, man. Like for one championship, a great event for them. And of course, big show. Hell.
Yeah, I'm pumped. Get ready to catch my TV debut on local TV.
Yep. Ryan
Garcia. I'm impressed by him, man. As far as I've seen highlights of him, but to see his demeanor, this guy's got the Canelo hands and the swag to go with it. Look at this awesome knockout. This dude, I told Matt right before this happened, this dude want them problems, but he didn't want that left hook. Boom, there you go.
That's it. That's all she wrote.
That guy's a starting to make it, man. The guy got up, even though the fight ended up getting stopped. And props to him for getting up. But Ryan Garcia he's pretty legit. Got Canelo and the Golden Boy star power behind him. He's gonna be around for a minute. I can't say he's gonna be a problem, but somebody's gonna have to deal with him.
Yeah. No doubt. He's incredibly sharp.
He kind of has the young. I know Canelo's the Mexican superstar, but he has that De La Hoya quality that's been lacking. He's a Mexican American. He speaks English. He's marketable over here in America. He definitely has the De La Hoya quality. Definitely someone I want to see fight in person. And like I said, it doesn't hurt to have the two biggest names in Mexican fighting history on your team and vouch it for you.
Exactly. 1,000%. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much, our quick little rundown of what happened. I mean, obviously a lot of other things happened, but we just touch on stuff that jumps out at us in the moment. But yeah, guys, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and share around with your friends. Hit that like button as well. Hit that bell for the notifications. So anytime we go live throughout the week, like we've been doing a little bit more often now, you'll get that notification. You can hop on and participate in our live chats. And yeah, if you're listening on iTunes, please leave us a review as well. 5 stars, a little quick review. Just something quick. Helps visibility, helps grow the show. And it's something you can do for free to help us out. So we would appreciate that. And like we said at the top, if you're listening on audio side, you got Tatiana Suarez, Alan Joban, and Eric Anders coming your way. And if you're on YouTube, be sure to check out all those videos in the links below. Somewhere down there. However, when people always do that in their little YouTube videos. Click right here. and there'll be nothing there later. Yeah.
You ready for an action-packed show next week? We trying to do something we hadn't done in a while. Trying to get y'all 4 guests who's working behind the scene. Could be 2 MMA and 2 boxing. So stay tuned for next week.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good show. Till then, peace.